I've struggled with skin issues for years. Ever since I entered puberty, it was like my skin woke up and decided, okay, we're gonna have a party and leave a lot of mess to be cleaned up. And it's been really stressful because for years I would be looking for different products, that would help me, things that would, reduce acne and inflammation. And so when I was a teenager, I struggled with acne, but even now in my adulthood, like it wasn't necessarily acne, but it was like my face was incredibly textured. I didn't know what it was. I was just like, why is it that my face wasn't smooth? It was like there was just a lot of reaction to things. And one day I was looking at my skin, especially when I was reviewing my videos, when I was editing, and I'm just like, something has got to be done. Something needs to change and needs to change right now because I did not like how my skin looked. And since then, ever since maybe the beginning or mid part of this year of 2025, I've been making some significant yet basic changes, and I've seen improvements in my skin. Like it's getting to the state that I've always wanted it to be. So I'm going to be sharing some of that. I'm going to be sharing that with you in this video today. Well, the things that I've done to improve my skin and to get into the place of flawless skin. I'm not there yet, but I'm on the way, and I'm excited to share this journey with you. But there has been a lot of improvements in my skin already, which I'm really happy about, honestly. Like when you're happy with how your body is just behaving, it does something to your mood. So I hope that the practices that I share with you today will help you as well. So as you know, I'm going to be looking back and forth at my notes to just help me to keep focused in what I'm sharing with you. And let's get into it. So the first thing, oh my gosh, the first and I think for me the most important thing, and it's focusing on the inside out, is nutrition. Like it's really important what you eat, because like your skin, what's on the outside is literally a reflection on what's going on the inside. So your skin, your hair, and nails, they are a reflection of your health. And I learned recently, like your skin is directly connected to your gut. Now I remember some of this in my medical training, but there's still like a lot of scientific discoveries as to how your gut health directly affects your skin. And if you're having flare-ups, if you're having an overreaction, that's usually because of what's going on in your gut. So I just decided that, hey, I am gonna start being conscious and aware of what I eat. I used to just enjoy just eating whatever I wanted because it made me feel good in the moment. But long term, I wouldn't feel good because of how my body was behaving, how my skin looked. So I was just like, do I prefer the long-term effects or just the short-term there and then like feelings that I had? And I just chose long-term because every day I would be seeing my skin and it would really be affecting me. So I decided to start eating healthily and being very conscious and aware of what I would be eating. And it wasn't to be dogmatic or even just overly strict with myself, but it was just really like I cared about my health. And I was also starting to care more about myself. And I realized that caring more about myself also means that I care about what I do to myself, like what I eat, like what's in my control. That's a reflection, like what I do with what I can control is a reflection about how I feel about myself. And learning to value myself more caused me to really be conscious about the things that I do, that affects me, such as eating. So I hope that that causes you to think as well, like if you are having issues with your diet, with your nutrition, and you don't know why, I would ask you, like, how do you feel about yourself? Do you think that you are that important or as important enough to really care about what you are eating, what you're feeding yourself? And even go further into this, like if you had like your daughter or your son, would you be giving them the same things that you're giving to yourself right now? And think about that deeply, because you know it's all connected. I'm getting so hot. I need to turn on my fan. We're still in summer in Madrid. Like I didn't want the background noise, but I need to focus on what I'm saying. And if I'm like sweating already, it's just not working. So pardon me. Okay, and here are some things that you can think about, like things that you can add to your diet, like healthy fats, healthy starches. Like for me, I lose weight easily, so I can't reduce what I eat necessarily, but I can change the things that I eat, like replace what I'm eating with healthier options. And some superfoods for your skin are things like avocado, or pear as we call it in Jamaica, salmon, berries like blueberries, blackberries, the whole gamut, and carrots. I learned recently that carrots actually do like so much for your skin, because they also have vitamin A, and that's like vitamin A is like and A and E. Vitamins A and E are like skin just a medicine, if you want to call it that. But think about adding those things to your diet, and even do some more research as to what you can add to your diet that not only helps your skin but helps your body overall. All right, and also for my course, the Esther Blueprint, I do go deeper into the nutrition and the different foods that you can add to your diet. So if you want to check it out, go on to my website and check out the Esther Blueprint course. Because I just recently finished the module on special nutrition, especially focusing on the things that Esther would have likely been eating during that time, and just what helped her to be more radiant, because she was already beautiful just as you already are, but it's just things that will highlight your beauty, such as your nutrition. So go and check it out. I'm so excited about that. The next thing I wish I knew about getting a flawless skin is gentle cleansing. Now for me, I used to wash my face and cleanse it as if I was going to war with it. And I think it was just because I saw the textures on my skin, like, you know, the bumps and so on. And I guess unconsciously I was trying to scrub it away. I'm just like, let's scrub you away so that we can get to the smooth skin. And it wasn't helpful, because like when you are treating your skin, and when you are treating your skin harshly, it causes it to break. It breaks your skin protective barrier, and then it needs to, you know, readjust to it. So it causes scar. It's not smooth. It may look drier than normal because it's not protected. And these things, these tips that I'm sharing with you, they seem to be like, you know, very basic, like it's just things that you would think about automatically. But sometimes we need to really reflect on the practices that we're doing and see how they may be affecting us and not causing us to get the results that we truly want, you know. Some of these things they seem very obvious, but it's not just about it being obvious, it's also reflecting on what you're doing. So yes, for me, I used to just scrub away, and I used to over exfoliate my skin as well, trying to get away the textures, you know, and the buildup and the clogged pores. But then again, it was too harsh, and it was irritating my skin a lot, which would just cause the issue to be worse. So I've since learned to really be gentle with cleansing. Like, definitely cleansing my skin because it's important. And when I talk about my skin, I think I'm talking more about the skin on my face, because it's normally what we're thinking about. But even just overall, just being gentle with cleansing. And I still exfoliate, but I do it in a way where it's gentle, and I will use a rag per day, and like once per day, and I'll just like use gentle circular motions on my skin to just get away the dust, the oils, cleanse the pores and stuff, but it's not too harsh. And even when I'm applying like my toner with like a cotton swab or maybe a clean rag, I just gently pat it onto my skin. What I used to do when I was adding my toner was to just I don't know, like just scrub away, because it's like I was trying to do two things at once, which was like adding the toner and exfoliating, but that's not necessary. So I use the rag once a day. For the next time that I'm washing my face, it's just with my clean hands, and that's it. That's been helping me a lot. I think that my skin has gotten stronger and it's not as irritated as it used to be. And I think the lighting may cause how my skin looks to be different at different times, but I hope you can see right now, like if you go back to my past videos, you will see the difference. Like, I'm not wearing foundation right now, by the way, and I just like how my skin looks. It's definitely different than how it used to be. Yeah. Just wanted to show you like an example, and how things have really been changing, and I'm happy about it, changing for the better. Just the next thing, checking the camera. Okay, we're good. Oh gosh, in the future I hope to invest in a camera that has like a mirror screen that I can see what's being filmed, instead of having to look literally into my mirror to see what's going on. And it also helps with not being distracted too, so that I can focus more on speaking to you. Yes. So the next thing is to moisturize, as if your life depended on it. Because even if you have like oily skin, your skin needs moisture. It's like, it literally, just think about it in a literal way. Your skin is on the outside. Seems so obvious, but let's just think about it. It's on the outside and it's exposed to all the elements, the wind, the sun, and everything. So whatever it's losing needs to be put back in a gentle way, of course, so that it's protected. So for me, like, I have combination skin, I've learned. So it's like some areas are dry, some areas are oily. And you know what I used to do? I used to avoid putting on moisturizer because I thought that it would cause more issues. And that's not the case. Like, I need to put on the moisturizer, because if my skin gets extra dry, then it will naturally produce more oil in order to combat that, and then it will get even oilier than before. So now I moisturize, and I'm experimenting with different moisturizers, because on top of being combination, it's also sensitive. So my skin does not like harsh chemicals or things that are just too synthetic. It, as natural and as light as it can be, my skin prefers that. Don't mind me, I'm just like, yeah, like filming a video instead of just talking face to face with a person. It has different dynamics, but I'm grateful that you're here and you're listening to me, and I hope you're getting a lot of good value from this video. If you are, please give it a like, a thumbs up, so that it can reach more people and help me to know that it's also giving you value. Thank you. So the next thing, and this goes into the points that I was talking about before, is to know your skin needs. So as I mentioned before, I have combination and sensitive skin. So you need to know your skin. Is it oily? Is it dry? Combination, so that you can know what your skin needs. Because we have different types of skin, and therefore that means that there are different needs, you know. I think about the fact that many times like different things are advertised to us in a way that you need this is gonna improve your life. And yes, it may improve the life of someone else, but is it really truly what you need? And for you to know that, in order for you to know if this will actually be helpful to you, you need to know what you need. And it goes over a wide variety of areas in your life. But for now, since we're focusing on the skin, it's important for you to know the needs of your skin so that you can get the right things. Excuse me. Right. Excuse me. So it's not a one size fit all thing. Like, I wish I could just like tell you the products that would be perfect for you. You go and try them out, and then you just have all the changes you want in your life. But it's not usually like that. You need to go and figure out what you need, and then the things that will work for you. So for me, what I found, like I mentioned before, is that the more natural things are, the better, and the lighter. So like even for my hair, like heavy dense products don't work well for me, and that's for me. For other people it may not be the same. I know that for other people, like with natural hair, like they may need more creams to add to their hair. For me, like I don't add a lot of creams. I add more like moisturizers, which is like more of a lotion sort of texture, and maybe some oils to seal it in, and that's fine for me. So you know, take some time to know the needs of your skin so that you can add the things, you can do the practices that will work well for you and get you to the flawless skin that you desire, right? Yeah, let's get to it. So this also goes into the previous point, which is to pay attention to product ingredients. Man, I am learning, like as I mentioned, since doing the Esther Blueprint course, let's repeat that. Since doing the Esther Blueprint course, I'm doing different modules such as special nutrition, beauty treatments, key relationships, and taking care of your home, your space. So now, like since doing the beauty treatments module, I'm learning like how different ingredients are really important to your skin, and how some ingredients are actually toxic and not helpful. And I think it is so, like, we need to know the things we are putting on our bodies and in our bodies, because sometimes it's not spelled out like obviously that this thing is toxic. I don't know why, but do your due diligence to know what is working for you and what will be best. And for that reason, because like I'm still on a journey of knowing the different ingredients, I don't know them all, but I'm going to add like a link to a channel like for a toxicologist, and she goes into much more details talking about the types of ingredients that are good for you and the types of ingredients that are not. So I really encourage you to go to her page after finishing this video. But yeah, it's good to start knowing the ingredients in our products. And I know it can be a little bit daunting and intimidating because you're looking at these products and you're just like, I don't know what they mean. But start learning, because it's very important. You know, it's not good to be in a place where we no longer know what we're putting into our bodies, because even when you apply products onto your skin, it's going into your body because it's being absorbed over time. So please, and there's this one rule I've learned, which I think works well, if you have a product and it has too many ingredients, it's probably not good. So pay attention to it, like pay key attention to it. And it's not that all chemicals are bad, because it's like even just the natural things that we have, they are made of chemicals. Like chemical is like a scientific term that means like the makeup of a product or the makeup of a material. But it's good to know, because now for many of the products they are made synthetically, you know, so it's not like what it used to be naturally, which in many cases it can be fine, but sometimes it's not. So it's good for you to know what the makeup is. Right. So yeah, the next thing I wish I knew about you know, getting a flawless skin is to embrace the different tones, the different colors on my skin. So the thing is that, yeah, it's good to embrace different colors, meaning the different tones of different people. Like for me, being darker skinned, it's good to embrace that. But even on my skin, like I have different tones, and I've learned that it's not wrong, it's unique, you know, because what usually comes to mind, especially for me, when you think about flawless skin, would be like, you know, one very smooth tone, talking about colors that just goes across the face and doesn't change or shift. But I've been learning that even like for, you know, the different how should I say, features of your face, there are different like tones that will highlight, you know, the different portions of your face. So I recently took a photo, right, and my face was to the side, and I noticed that in the middle of my face, like I wasn't wearing foundation at the time, it was highlighted, because in the middle, like this part of my face, like my tone is lighter versus like on the outside. But because of how it is, it's like it's natural highlighting of my skin. And we do this a lot with makeup. Like when we're putting on makeup, you may try different tones and you highlight, you know, with a lighter makeup, different portions of your face. And I'm realizing that my body does this naturally, and I should embrace it, because I used to be so bothered, honestly, with the fact that I have distinct tones on my face, and also with the fact that I have freckles that they like to gather in clumps. And I've learned to really embrace it, because it's unique. Like there's not much I can do or would want to do to remove them. I remember when I was younger, so when I was younger, my mother and I didn't know that I had freckles. Like when we saw them, especially my mom, she thought that they were like a reaction or something, because I'm darker skinned, I'm black, and you don't usually think of black people as having freckles. At least that's what I thought years before. So anyways, we went to a dermatologist, and my mother was asking what's happening with my daughter, and the dermatologist was just like, she has freckles, those are freckles. And my mother was like, what? I was like, what? I'm black. It's even funny thinking about it. But the lady was like, yeah, but you can have freckles. And I'm from Jamaica as well, so the dermatologist that we saw was in Jamaica, and she's like, it can happen more often than you think, because in Jamaica, due to our heritage, we actually have a mixture of different cultures and ethnic groups, more than we even know. So there are some features that you can literally see within us that may be of an ethnicity that may not necessarily be usual for like the African you know, ancestry, which is fine, it's beautiful. So anyways, I knew that, but I also still struggled with the fact that, you know, I needed to work hard to embrace it, because sometimes they can just show up a lot and it doesn't look like, you know, how should I say, like a very how should I say, like a tone that's just like one or same, you know, I'm trying to find the words, oh my gosh. Yeah, it doesn't look like it can look like basically just different colors on my skin. So what I'm trying to get to is the point that it is all right, and I don't need to look like anyone else. I need to embrace it and enjoy it for what it is. You know, I even like asked God one day, why do I have freckles? Because I would just struggle with the fact that it just looks like spots on my skin sometimes. And sometimes I don't know what people are thinking, if it's like, if they're thinking it's scars or something. They're not, but I would struggle with fearing like if people are thinking that way. And yeah, in my prayer time with God, I was like, God, why do I have freckles? And he's answered me in a way to let me know that he's made me uniquely, fearfully, and wonderfully. So I need to, and I can embrace the fact that he made me this way and celebrate it. And I share that story to encourage you to embrace how you are created, how God created you, and to embrace it, because you're made uniquely and fearfully. I'm sure that you don't look the same as me, no matter who you are. There are different distinct features on your skin and on your face that you were created with. And sometimes when we're going after wanting a flawless skin, which is fine, we have an idea of what it should look like, basically looking like someone else. And that's not usually the case. It's very hard to achieve that unless you know, make some drastic like altering changes, which you don't want. So I encourage you to embrace the features of your skin that are distinct, even if there are freckles or different tones and colors that are just beautiful and good to embrace and enjoy. I hope that encourages you, because I know I went into the story for a while, but I wanted to share that, to get to the point that you are unique and you're fearfully and wonderfully created, right? All right, so the next thing is Mr. Golden Sun. The sun is so important for many things, like even, you know, helping your skin to form vitamin D, which, oh man, when you are in a climate when you are in a climate that has different temperatures, distinct temperatures, and even the time that the sun is out, you realize how important it is. It's like in Spain is very different than Jamaica. So during the winter time, the sun is out a lot less. And I realized that when you have less sun, it literally can affect your mood unless you do things actively to change that. So all that is to say is that I love the sun. What is happening? Lord help me. I love the sun and the things it does for us. But when it's too much, it can affect your skin. So the advice has been given to avoid at peak hours, like usually maybe, depending on the season, like between 11 to 4 p.m. is it? But also it depends on the season. And if you can't, if you have to be out, then protect your skin physically, like maybe wear light clothing that's breathable but still covers you, and wear sunscreen, like use sunscreen, but again, know the ingredients, because in the same channel that I shared with you, there's a specific video talking about the sunscreens and how some of them are more toxic than we realized. I'm gonna share that particular video with you as well. So you know, pay attention. You know, it's like not going to the extreme, not too much sun but not too little, right? So yeah, you can have flawless skin if you embrace these practices. And I want to go through them again because, you know, I believe they're so important. So it's like nutrition plays a really huge role in your skin. Gentle cleansing, moisturize, you know, inside and out. I should mention drinking water as well is important. Yeah. Pay attention to product ingredients. I think these are in different orders right now, but that's fine. Embrace different colors and tones on your skin. The goal is to be healthy and not necessarily to change what's natural. You know the needs of your skin, and you know, be watchful with Mr. Golden Sun. So I hope that these practices and these tips were valuable to you, and share this with someone else who you think it may be valuable with. So my beautiful friend, this is where I leave you for now, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Have a great day.